The tools you'll need for this repair are scissors, a Phillips screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, a wire restring tool, and a tape measure. Slide the shade open all of the way. Loosen the core tensioner on the headrail by sliding it away from the fabric stack. Remove any fasteners on the stationary bottom bracket on the fabric stack. Remove the end plate on the side opposite the fabric stack. Slide the core tensioner all the way over to the fabric. Remove the end plate on the fabric side. Now remove the fabric stack. Then slide the core tensioner the rest of the way out. Place the fabric stack assembly on a flat work surface. With the back of the fabric facing up, remove both of the snap pins and take the assemblies out of the rails. Remove the end caps on the top. Then remove the stationary bottom bracket and end caps. On the top side, the fabric rail carriers may have become loose over time and worn too big of a hole in the fabric for the carrier to slide properly. We recommend replacing or moving them if they move more than 1/8 of an inch. To remove these carriers, carefully fold down the fabric as shown and release the clip. The fabric rail carriers are assembled as shown. The carriers should be attached approximately every 10 cells. When attaching the carrier, make sure the pin on the carrier clip is seated in the hole in the fabric, and then pinch the clip into place. Repeat for all the other fabric rail carriers. Remove the shade handle. Carefully slide the rails off. This is a diagram of the string path through the shade. Cut the string you'll need now. A good formula for the amount of string needed is the height plus the width plus 5 feet. Cut the old string off of the spring and remove it. Remove the remaining old string. To replace the damaged spring, first we'll make a limiter to prevent the spring from being overextended. Cut a piece of string 4 times the length of the spring. Thread the string through the ends of the spring and tie it off as shown. Reattach the spring and tie the new string for restringing the whole shade to the end as shown. Thread the wire restring tool through the fabric. Thread the string through the eye of the tool and pull it through. Make sure you thread the string guides so that they are seated in the fabric as shown. Thread the string up through the end cap with the magnet and then through the end plate. Attach the cord tensioner as shown. When threading the rails back on, make sure the fabric is seated in the grooves shown here. Carefully insert the fabric into these grooves and slide the rail on. Make sure the cord guide is lined up properly. Repeat for the other rail. Attach the end caps, the moving rail roller assembly, and the stationary rail bracket with the snap pins, and the stationary bottom bracket. Reattach the handle. Slide the fabric and rail assembly back into the headrail as shown. The stationary rail bracket will attach to the headrail as shown, then screw the end plate on. Attach the stationary bottom bracket to the wall. Slide the cord tensioner on the opposite side of the headrail and attach the other end plate. Slide the tensioner an inch or two past the point of feeling the spring engage. If the shade requires more or less tension, the tensioner can be moved accordingly. Test your repair.